It's the morning of 22nd of January 2015. It's a little after 7 o'clock, around 7:30 actually. I started earlier reading a little bit of the Walden. And then I listened to a couple of short talks by Walter Brueggemann. I had not listened to him as much this past, 4 or 5 months. I came across him, I think, 3 years ago. I found a lot of what he's been saying, or at least what I found on Vimeo and YouTube, and a couple of short books of his, very, very intuitive talks about our time. So I invite you to take a look at some of those. Snow covered a bit of land, and it's still gorgeous out there. The ceiling of the chapel has its unique beauty. Those birds were just singing the hymn of the universe to the Creator. I've lived in these apartments at 3 different units for 11 years. I moved here first because at the time we had a dog, and this place being so close to campus and also allowing pets and was very inexpensive, was a good place to move into. At the time, my son was living with me. That little snow-covered lot, you see, that belongs to the church also. But it's a donation from, I'm guessing, one of the church members, on the condition that they do not pave over it. So every time I look out there, I see a generous act of humanity to remind us that we were not made for pavements and with the exception of game and event days, the church has common sense enough not to let people park over there for $2 a shot, because that's what they charge these days. I'm sure they put it to good use. But every time I look at that tree, and I look at it, I don't know how many times every day, at least 10 times, because it's right out there, right outside of my window. And the 3 units I've lived in here, all of them, I could see that tree every time I open my window. It shows an act of humanity. That we need the land to sustain us, not to just pave over. It looks like we modern days are born. They tell us taxes and death are definitely in our lot. Another thing it seems like these days would be proper to tell us that we need another thing, 2 parking spaces. 1 to park our cars when we get home, and 1 to have a spot, a parking spot to wherever the heck we're going.